welcome to today. And today, I'll get that out of the way, I have a shorter run than I thought I would have, because I thought I was going to have Didcot, Wellingborough, Derby. I'll start saying it correct for people. You all claim to know what I mean, so sod ya. If you get confused now, it's your own fault. But I have actually got Didcot and a double hitter in Wellingborough. So I'm going to be back nice and early, which is a bonus. Now some people are going to be sitting at home going, but you're paid by the hour. Why is it a bonus to finish early? Well, I've actually got stuff lined up tomorrow. And that will be introducing, as long as he doesn't cancel, because people do have their own lives, obviously. But as long as he doesn't cancel, that will be introducing Stuart. And at the moment, it will be introducing his 944. I know that he started to do some body work on it today, so it might be a little bit rough in places because it's a rolling restoration. We'll get onto that tomorrow with all the whistles and bells, as long as he doesn't cancel. Now I need to be in Hemel Hempstead for 12 o'clock. I live in Braintree. So it's, yeah, I need a shorter day today. So I'm not overly concerned, but anyway, I shall just fill this in. Everybody's happy. And I was originally going to crack today out because of what I thought I was going to have. And of course that would have a bit of a negative. Why is this? Okay, there we go. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? No. 217,627. 217,627. That's the kilometres, if anyone's curious. I was going to crank this out, which would have had a negative effect on the old fleet board, so that when you get to see how I did today, it would have been really crap. But seeing as I have a shorter day than I thought I would, I can actually drive with that in mind. And this is the same vehicle I was in yesterday. I love it when that happens because I don't have to worry. I do a walk around check at the end of my day because there is nothing worse, and this is for all of you guys now, every one of you. At the end of your day, do a short walk around of your vehicle. Okay, just short walk around. And check the bulbs and air leaks and just the odds and sods, you know, the basic stuff. The reason being is that there is nothing worse than getting your vehicle, going out to it, setting everything up, and then realising it's got a defect. And then having to walk in, do the defect, go over to the VMU and waste about an hour or so of the beginning of your day fixing a vehicle. When at the end of your day, you can point out the defect that you have discovered, it's happened during the course of your day, give the keys over with the defect, they can call the VMU guys who will come wandering over, get the vehicle, take it away, they deal with it, when it comes back the next person can just get in and bugger off. So I always do a little bit of a walk round before I leave the vehicle, that way I can defect anything I find, so the next person doesn't have to worry, whatever. So if anybody ever takes a vehicle over after I've been in it, there is no defects with it. Otherwise I'm defecting it. And I do wish everybody else would do that. But they don't. So when I get a vehicle I was in the day before, I love it. Because I know I can just get in, put my card in, do my paperwork and go. But anyway, I'm going to crack on. And I shall see you a bit later on. Well, made it to Didcot, lovely jubbly. Hoped you like the real-time footage going around Oxford. Now this thing, these Actroses, the suspension is just, oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. The seats do have suspension in them. Now I usually have that set quite solid because you don't move too much. But if I set it all the way down, that's what happens whilst you're driving along. All the time, every bump. You try controlling your accelerator evenly according to the Fleetboard stuff when that's happening. No, you can't do it. You're like all the way down the bleeding road. The other thing with these is the gears. I don't know how they've done it. I can't understand. Actros used to be quite good. I mean, the ones, the 2545s, the big ones, they were good. These, you'd assume they're the same vehicle, slightly derated engine, smaller cab. No. No. They're just not. And there's one point, I don't know how well the sound's going to have come out. I don't know whether you're going to have noticed it, but there's one point. Going down to the roundabout where the slip goes to the left and I'm going on to the 423, which takes me down to the A34, there is a dark grey Prius in front of me. And we're coming to a virtual stop at the traffic lights. Now, the way you get these to change gear is you use the exhaust brake. Hopefully you heard that clicking. Or the continuous brake. Whatever you want to call it. I always leave it on about setting 2. Roll for a while, put my foot on the brake, it starts changing down gear, everybody's happy. As you want to go, you take your foot off the brake, you knock the old continuous brake off, it should have changed into the correct gear, and off you go. These things do not go below 6 gear. They don't. God knows why, unless you stop. Now, when I first went over the weighbridge, I was 44,600 kilograms. Overweight. Okay, overweight. So I've gone all the way back round and let them know they've taken a pallet off. I have just brought 43,680 kilograms down here. This is a 430 horsepower, massively derated Actros. It did not like it. I have done about 8.3 miles a gallon in total. So it's got to be third, second or first when you're going that slow. This was in 6ths. So I've gone to go, as everybody else has gone, as you will have seen, and I've gone sodding nowhere. And then, I don't know whether the sound would have picked it up, there was a conk as it went into second, and off we go. And it's kind of a violent thing. It won't come out on the camera, but it's a bit of a violent thing. Now you're going to hear all the rain hitting me in the background, so it's raining now, so sorry about that. And it's annoying because in that situation, perfectly fine, whatever, it's green light, you're going through it, lovely. Now imagine the same scenario going out onto a roundabout when you've seen your gap in heavy traffic. There is nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, there's the gears, off we go. I'm 43,600 plus kilograms. I am taking off like a slug. The last thing I need to worry about is the blatant gears not changing correctly. It's automatic. It has one job. I do not know how they've managed to do it with these things. But they've ruined them. They have knackered them. The 2545s, fine. You get the odd little, I should have changed gear then. Ooh, it was a bit... every so often, but you can get round that using the same principles to get round it in the big ones. In this, sod all happens. So yeah, that's my little rant. I know lots of you like my rants, but anyway, I'm gonna go get my load to take into the first destination in Wellingborough. Most likely stop in Sherwell Valley. I need a Greggs. I don't care, I need a Greggs. Anyway, I shall most likely see you when I get to Sherwell Valley. Cherwell Valley. You can probably hear the fridges going in the background. God knows how long that's going to be going for. The weather is horrible. Hopefully the footage of me coming into Cherwell Valley K now, because like I said, the weather's horrible, but it's that really fine misty rain that kind of just smears your windscreen. I mean, really annoying, especially when you're trying to do forward facing footage. But I had my Greggs. I got some Greggs, but they were out of absolutely sodding everything I usually get. So I ended up with a tuna crunch baguette and sausage and bean cheese melt thing. Perfectly fine, I'm not arguing, But yeah, I got in and there was about 3 coaches had arrived. One was just disembarking, the other 2 they'd been wherever, and it looked as if a plague of locusts had been through Greggs. I was like, oh, they're out of everything. Even the salads were gone, for crying out loud. Who goes into Greggs and buys a salad other than me? Just like, yes, the light is failing. So, yay. Woohoo! What is it on? Look. It's 20 to 8. Oh, lovely jubbly. Well, I started at 1300, so haven't been going too long. All I've got to do is, I think it's about an hour from here, isn't it? Yeah. So an hour to Wellingborough. I drop this sod off, then probably pick up an empty if they've got one. Sometimes they don't. Whap that over to the other side, which is almost directly across the road, so really easy. Drop that, pick up a load to bring back, and then that'll be my day. And yes, tomorrow, Stuart has said he's still available, it's still on, lovely jubbly. But the thing is, he's got some work to do on the 944 because it is a rolling restoration project. It's MOT roadworthy, but he wanted to do some welding, and the weather hasn't been that kind today, so he's going to be doing some of it tomorrow. A couple of bits of welding on the lower arches, I think, the lower front arches, from what he said. So chances are the content that will be made tomorrow will revolve around that kind of thing. So that should be fun. I'll be watching him. I weld as well, you see, so I'll be watching him, looking over him, making sure he's not being a prat. Because that's the oh, itchy nose, bloody hell. Oh, whew, that was itchy. But that's the thing with welding, when you're welding an arch or a piece of thin metal on a car, you can't weld it. You've got to kind of spot, move, spot, move, spot one end, spot the other, kind of that kind of thing. Because if you try and get a seam going, you will overheat the metal and you will warp it, and it will knacker the entire thing. And what was a nice little cut out of rust and a little bit of sheet metal to go in is now basically, I've knackered the wing. Oh. You will do that, so you've got to be really careful. So I shall go down, I shall supervise. I won't get involved, it's his car. That's one rule. If it's somebody's project car, unless they're okay with it, you don't get involved. Because it's their pride and joy. Why does that keep doing that? The radio is off, everything is off. And if the phone is anywhere, this is another annoying thing about this. If the phone is anywhere, it's whereas it gets signal because it's going through the bleat and it's interfering with the radio, which is turned off. Sod's law is there's going to be squealing in the background because something's not right. Because that should not be going beep, 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 beep through the bleating speakers. It's annoying. But anyway, yes, tomorrow's footage is going to primarily be, well, introducing Stuart, having a look at what he's doing or how he's got on, because he might have got up early and started it and practically finished it. Because there's a couple of tiny bits of rust in the bottom. I've seen it. I know what he's doing. Now I'm probably going to get there between about 12 and 1. That's what I'm aiming for. But we shall see. We shall see. But that'll be tomorrow's upload. Obviously it's tomorrow. But anyway, I think because the light is failing and I want to crack the rest of the day out, I shall end my day now. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. I'll see you in the next one, which is tomorrow. And you can all welcome Stuart onto my channel. See you later, guys.